I always break Father of the Bride speeches down into 6 parts. These are the 6 essential parts of a great Father of the Bride speech. Part 1, introduce yourself. Even if someone has already introduced you, just give us a little something. Give the room an extra few seconds to finish their conversation, to just turn and fully focus all their attention on you. Doesn't have to be much. It can just be, well, as the man said, I'm Phil, the incredibly proud father of the bride. Hey, if you want, attach a joke to it. Sarah, I will try not to embarrass you too much with this speech. I'm saving the real humiliation for the dance floor later. That's it. Introduce yourself. Part 2, thanks and acknowledgements. Who do you thank? Well, start with your guests. Thank your guests for coming. Being a wedding guest involves some effort, so show them a little love. Tell them how much you appreciate that effort. Who else should you thank? Well, trust me, thank your wife. And don't just thank her for putting the day together, for putting the reception together. Thank her for all the work that she's done to help raise your daughter. Thank her for being a partner in your life. Trust me, you have a public opportunity to thank and acknowledge your partner in life. Do it. Because if you forget to, it's not good. This is also the place to acknowledge absent friends or family, anyone who couldn't be there, anyone who's passed on. Obviously, that can be kind of a sad moment, so you want to make sure that you have a little bit of a laugh mixed in there, and the best way to do that is truth. So say it's your mom who's passed on, and your daughter, the bride, had a really special relationship with her grandmother. Try to make it a moment of, your grandmother would be so happy to see you as a bride. She would have never stopped saying how beautiful you looked, and then she would have started yelling at me because there's not enough food on the tables. What are you trying to do? You're trying to starve these people to death. Just something that's truthful, something that is a laugh, something that shows us a little bit of who she is and also lightens the mood. Part 3, the main event. This is your daughter and why she's wonderful. Tell us why she's wonderful. I always suggest doing it in chronological order, so pick 2 or 3 memories, starting from the earliest memory, and bringing it up to current day. Things that you can talk about. What did you think when you found out you were going to be a father, or the father of a daughter? How did you feel driving home from the hospital, or the first time you held her in your arms? How do you remember her as a toddler? What was she saying, doing, wearing? Is there something that she wore all the time? Was there some aspect of her personality that still is just a clear line right through to today? Maybe she's a lawyer now, but as a little girl, she would argue nonstop. So make that connection between who she was as a little girl and who she is now. By the way, what you're writing is a first draft, so you don't have to edit yourself at this point. That's what the next draft is for. So if you feel like you've got a ton of memories, put them all in for now. And then, once you've got a whole draft going, then you can go back and you can go, well, that kind of comes up later, or I don't think I need that, or this is a little similar to something else. But in your first draft, just dump it all in. Put it all in there. Part 4, the groom and why he's wonderful. Take us back to the first moment you heard that he even existed. How did you hear? Did your daughter tell you? Did you hear your daughter telling your wife? Tell us about the first time you met him. What were your first impressions? And were your first impressions accurate? If you spend time with them, tell us what you two do together. Tell us what you two talk about together. What do you have in common? You don't have to put all this stuff in, but these are the kinds of things that go great in this section. This is also the place where you are going to welcome this guy to your family. And you're not just welcoming him, you're welcoming his entire family. Part 5, how are they great together as a couple, and how is that going to help them in their future? This is also a great place to share a little advice about marriage, if you have any, if you've learned anything. So tell us how long you've been married, and then a fun way to do it is to use the comedy rule of 3s, which means give us 3 pieces of advice. The first 2 are sincere, and the last one is sincere but funny. So the first 2 might be about listening and supports. And then the third one might be about emptying the dishwasher without having to be asked. Just 3 pieces of advice that will help any newly married couple go on their way. Finally, part 6. This is your big finish. This is the big raise your glass toast. This is would everybody please raise their glass and join me in a toast to the happy couple. I know I speak for everyone here when I wish you a lifetime of health, happiness, and laughter. To the bride and groom.